So on this YouTube journey of ours, we're doing our part. Are you doing yours? I don't think you are. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to, I was actually about to say Scuttlebutt, but that's our side channel. Did you even know we had a side channel? No. Welcome back to the journey, folks. So, Anson here with Ivey and Factotum. So, I'm actually going to be doing a talking head video today. I'm going to go around and I'm going to show you, some updates, right? Basically what we're doing today is updates to some of the projects that have been going on. But I also wanted to talk to y'all, too, just about some of the things that's going on with the channel and things that I think we, you and I, mostly y'all, can do better. And, just things that we have kind of observed and checked out and seen. And it's probably going to ruffle a few feathers, but I'm still going to talk about it anyway. All right. Well, first off, projects. Let's get to them updates. We're starting over here with the Gabian Wall Project. So it actually looks really, really nice. Wah, 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 until you get to this side. So yes, for this project here, the biggest thing that I still need to get is I need to get some more cages. So for this, it's other than just going and buying the cages, there's really nothing holding me back on this. Mud, obviously, weather. So this project is definitely highly, weather regulated. If we have a lot of rain and we have mud, it's really controlling this one, because I can't bring the tractor into this area without just tearing it up even more. So I really need the mud to go away. And right now we're getting into spring season, so it's a wet season. And yeah, I'm not going to get my tractor stuck because I need to use it on other things. So this one's going to wait for a little bit. I am going to go get the materials. I will have them on hand, but I need the ground to dry up some. So have you guys seen that project? So going back and looking on the analytics and doing stuff, the biggest thing that we have, even with that project, is it shows that my thumbnail is great. It shows that my title, all those things like that are great. But for the part where I put out the content and then folks are watching it, but that's just it. They're not doing anything else. They watch the content, but they're not giving us a comment. They're not hitting the like button. They're not doing those things, that really helps us with all the analytics, with all of the algorithm, all those things that it really likes, right? So YouTube stops sharing out our content, like building a Gabian wall, because we're not getting any feedback from y'all. And that really hurts us. That is hurting us from being able to grow. It's hurting us from being able to have our content be shared out because our subscribers aren't doing their part. All right, next up on the chopping block is the beams, right? I've been cutting cedar beams by hand. Obviously, I had purchased a thing for my chainsaw to be able to help with cutting this, and it broke. Yeah. It is broken. I'm not going to put the time into fixing it because it's a piece of junk. I'm not going to lie. So with that being said, I am going to still try to cut up that section there. And then I still need to pull a log out of the woods over there. Kind of the same thing, right? I'm waiting on, we just had 4 days worth of rain. So I'm waiting on a lot of stuff to dry out. And originally, too, kind of right here, pretty close to where this sits, is where I was planning to build this. And Gladys and I were kind of on two different sides of the creek, I guess, on this. So she was wanting one thing, I was wanting another, and or kind of like what we had talked about previously. I guess I lost in translation. So I kind of, just got upset with this project. And I stopped working on it because I spent time flattening out the land. I spent time doing a lot of this stuff. And as I was showing hey, this is the progress, this is what I'm doing, it changed, and it came about to where I guess we weren't on the same page, and now we are. We're on the same page, right? That's going to happen with every project. You know, is sometimes when you're going through the planning phases or you're going through stuff like this, right? Especially working with two people, you're going to have your opinion, the other person's going to have their opinion, and you try to meet somewhere in the middle, right? Of, hey, this is what's going to happen. So with this, it's actually changing location. I'm still doing the same thing. It's just moving location, and not far. It's just moving back some, and then instead of it being parallel to the house, it's actually going to be kind of turned askewed a little bit to where the front door and the windows and everything are kind of facing towards the sliding door of the house. So yeah, that's it. It's just nothing's changed on that other than yeah, I still don't want to have to cut these up by hand, but that's what I have to do. So that's still coming. All right, next up, coming up here, I really haven't done a whole lot with this. Obviously, this was kind of like a landing pad for rocks for the Gabian Wall Project, but this is actually where I plan on putting, it's a 16, so a 16 foot this way, 22 foot that way, a slab. And what this is going to do is this is going to be the foundation for the big shed. And once that gets moved over here, I do need to kind of fix the roof a little bit on that. But that is going to be the YouTube studio. So yeah, I really haven't really talked a whole lot on this, but this is a project that's kind of in the works. And yeah, weather related and getting materials. And just not knowing if I want to do this slab myself, pouring the concrete, or if I want to hire this one out. I'm still waiting on a few quotes. So yeah, that one is still kind of, yeah, we're working on it. Okay, another big project that we are going to be working on this year, we've already talked about that as well, and that's reclaiming this area here for our garden space. So once that shed, or this shed right here, is going back to that place that we had talked about earlier, right? That's the shed that's getting moved back there. That's the Playhouse. That's the kiddos' Make-A-Wish Foundation. That was her wish, right? Was to have a playhouse, and this is what she got. So right now it's being utilized as storage, and we don't want it to be like that anymore. So I can't move this until that is finished. But this also needs to be torn apart, and this land needs to be cleaned up. Night and day difference compared to what it used to look like. But we're still working on that, getting all that over there. And yeah, this is another one of those projects that just, we are working on it, and we just really didn't get any feedback whatsoever. So that's one of those things, you know, obviously we're putting out videos. Some do really well. Well, I wouldn't say really well, but for us, they do really well. And others just really don't do anything. And the biggest reason that I feel that the videos really don't do anything is because we're not getting the feedback. YouTube sees that as well, that there's no comments. Like, matter of fact, I just had a video that we had put out quite a few weeks ago. I'll put it here on the screen, and I even had Billy, you know, as one of my friends here on YouTube. We've actually met in person. We've actually followed each other for quite some time. They have a YouTube channel. They haven't really been posting anything on it, but yeah, some of the stuff I have here, you know, we've gotten from him. And he's like, oh wow, I'm the first person to comment on this video. Yeah, exactly what I'm talking about. So, yeah, we can't do this without y'all. And without the comments, without the feedback, without hitting that thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't care. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. Tell us the reason why you hit the thumbs down. Just all those interactions is what's helping channels, right? And YouTube sees that people are watching the video. I'll see in the analytics that we have a good CTR, so that lets me know that, hey, the thumbnail does great, the title is doing good, because the numbers are telling me that. And then the retention, right? A lot of times over 70% of our subscribers or non-subscribers are still watching the video past the 30-second mark. So that's good, right? Because that's what you try to get, is at least 70% or higher retention within the first 30 seconds. So a lot of our videos are like that. But then after the first 48 hours, flatline, they're dead. Because we're not getting the feedback. I can't help that. The only folks that can help that is y'all, subscribers and the non-subscribers. And if you're watching the entire video and then still not subscribing, let us know why. What can we do better, or what are some of the things that we can do that would help you want to subscribe to our channel? Because we're a homestead channel. I do a lot of things here. We are doing a lot of things. We are a veteran household. Both me and the wife are retired Navy. So we are a modern veteran homestead and bringing y'all along. And I've actually talked about this the other day on the side channel as well, that, you know, we kind of fall into two different niches. So we are a modern homestead and then also a legacy DIY, because a lot of these things I'm doing is do it yourself. I'm not hiring folks. We're doing it ourselves, right? Repurposing materials, but we're building a legacy. So I plan on living on this land. My wife plans on living on this land for the rest of our lives. Our children would actually like to live on this land, maybe or maybe not for the rest of their lives. We don't know that, right? But without building a legacy, they're not going to have anything to live for, right? It's like, why live on a land that's not doing anything for them? So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to have animals. We're trying to have gardens. We're trying to have infrastructure, this and that, right? I'm still going to be getting back to this one. So this is the next one on the chopping block, is repurposing this. It's a temporary storage, right? Because obviously I was working on this. And this is just going to be kind of, I don't know, storage is really all it is going to be, was a place that I can possibly put the tractor, a place that I can put wood, a place that I can put hay, you know, for animals, right? I'd want to be able to bring in this area here a sawmill, right? So, you know, just be able to have storage of equipment. And then somewhere in this area, I still want to build my blacksmith shop. Nothing big. So these are all projects that are going to be coming, you know, that way I can still do the things that I enjoy, my hobbies, blacksmithing, but then also still be able to, you know, have a place that I can go repair stuff. So right now where that big shed is that I'm turning into a YouTube studio, that's sitting on a old concrete slab from where the old house used to sit of when we first purchased this property. And that house was basically condemned. There's nothing that you could have done with it, right? So we burned it to the ground. And then we're still cleaning up the aftermath. So all these old videos, right, we've been here for a little over 2 years, bringing y'all along on the journey. You know, just kind of going through and still building infrastructure. But I can go through, I could probably pull up 100 videos right now, 100 videos, and just look back on those videos, see how many comments were left in comparison to the amount of views that it's on the video. I could probably pull up 100 videos right now that has less than 10 comments. Less than 10 comments. There'll probably be hundreds, you know, probably 200, 300 views on the video, and it'll have 1 comment, 2 comments, right? Y'all are killing us. You're hurting us. Because we cannot do this, you know, without the interactions from y'all. Good or bad? I don't know. I mean, obviously nobody wants a bad comment. You know, the rude comments, the trolls, all that stuff like that. But guess what? At the end of the day, Jason Crocker's favorite saying, by the way, at the end of the day, it still helps the channel because it's the interaction. You're leaving a comment. You're hitting a thumbs down or thumbs up, right? And that's what YouTube loves to see. Next project, I'm building a road. This is an old logging road heading up the hill. And it's just way too steep. Because that's over, I want to say at least a 15% grade. Maybe steeper. But I'm trying to keep it at least a 10. So now I'm trying to go, you know, a longer path around our ridge. Because we still want to build our forever home, my retirement home, up on top of the hill. That way I have the views of this, you know, the beauty of everything around us. But where we're at down here, we're among all these trees. I can't see, obviously I can see out that way. Now, yeah, sure, we're going to have to clear some things up there, you know, to be able to get that view. But I would love to be able to see the view of this stuff. Not just looking at trees. I'd love to be able to bring y'all along with us. You know, the journey of building this road. Building our forever home. Building all these shops. Doing all this stuff. But at the end of the day, we also need your help. We need you leaving the comments. Giving us the feedback. That's what's going to help our channel grow. To allow us, right? To allow us to get better funding, right? And that's really all it is. You know, it's this YouTube stuff for y'all, unless you're paying for premium, doesn't cost you anything. You're getting free entertainment, right? Obviously, you're paying for internet or you're paying for a phone just to be able to watch. But for the most part, right? It's not like you have to have a subscription, right? If you're watching Netflix, you're paying for it, right? If you're watching Hulu, you're paying for it. You don't have to pay for YouTube to watch videos. It's free content. But you're killing the channels that you're watching. You're not helping them if all you're doing is watching, right? Are you skipping over the ads or are you watching the ads? AdSense is a very small part. Very small. I mean, I can tell you right now, out of 1,000 views, right? If I could probably count on one hand how many videos we have that has over 1,000 views. But for AdSense, right? You get 1,000 views. That's like 2 cents, maybe. You know, obviously every single video is going to be different with the how much they pay, right? But when it comes down to it, if you know folks aren't sharing out a video, they have that new hype feature, right? You can hype a video. You know, that also helps. That's part of the feedback. Doesn't cost you anything. All you got to do is click a button, right? But I guarantee you, a lot of you that are watching this right now and have made it this far are probably watching on your TV. Well, guess what? Does us zero good for everyone watching on the TV, but then not doing anything, like leaving us a comment. You can't leave a comment on TV. Over 80% of our viewership, and I can show you the numbers, right, comes from a TV. And because of that, our channel is hurting. It's not helping us at all. So, yeah, I don't know. Don't know what to do. We're going to continue working on these projects. We're going to continue bringing y'all along and doing all those things. And some people might like this video. Some people, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are not going to like it. And that's fine. But I still needed to put it out there. Because Everybody says it, you know, whenever there's folks out here doing content on YouTube, it's a subscription-based platform, right? I can make all the videos in the world, but if I don't have y'all to watch it, if I don't have y'all to comment, if I don't have y'all to hit the thumbs up or to watch other videos that we post, right? One after the other, the binge watching, right? That's what YouTube loves, binge watching. Going from one to the next, to the next, to the next, right? If we don't have the people doing that and supporting what we're doing, then that YouTube's never gonna share us out. They're like, nope, this person's a lost cause, and everything that they're doing is nobody likes it because they're not giving them any feedback. And I know that we have folks out there that love our content, and we thank you, we love you. You know, I see the same roughly 10 people every single video that leaves us a comment every single video, and we love you, we thank you. But for everybody else, we need you to do better. We're asking you to do better. Takes 2 seconds out of your day, maybe 5 seconds, but I know, I guess some people just don't have that amount of time. I guess you have time to watch the video, but you don't have time to leave us a comment. Yeah, I get aggravated, so that's why I do stuff like this, do videos like this. And yeah, it is what it is. So I'm still letting land dry out. I'm still letting stuff, you know, kind of settle down. I'm going to be going to a meeting about the I-49 project. Yeah, it's affecting some of my friends. So I'm going to go and show my support and, you know, just try to get some questions answered for my buddy that's not on YouTube, but he helped us out a tremendous amount whenever we first moved here. I've known him since I was 17. I mean, he's one of my longest, you know, friends that I've still hang out with on occasion and still talk with. You know, obviously we don't go hang out every single weekend or whatnot, but I've known him for a very long time, and he doesn't have anybody to go to this meeting in his family, and he's being affected by it because they want to put the interstate right through his living room. So I'm going to go and try to get some answers for him. So, all right, y'all. Well, we ask that you share us out, help us grow, leave us a comment, good or bad, I don't care. And get out there and thank a veteran every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day, because you never know when it's going to be their last day. And YouTube suggests you watch this video right here. I'll throw up another playlist over on the other side. And then icons up here make it easy to subscribe both here and to our side channel, which is normally this style of video, talking head. And we'll see you on the next one. Later, friends.